Part 3 of the East Highland Trail, and the Highlands turned up the chaos. From Aviemore to Corrour Bothy, the Hobbits fought 21 kilometres, 845-metre climbs, endless boulder fields, and wind fierce enough to blow the curls off of Tony's head. The Bothy was full that night, so the tents flapped. Sleep was optional, but the dawn brought calm. On day 6, they wisely eased off, hiking just 6 miles to the next Bothy, warm, dry and at peace. Total so far, 96 kilometres walked. The wind may howl, but the Hobbits still march on.
Good morning. So we stayed near the Premier Inn last night. We couldn't actually get in, it was fully booked, so we stayed opposite. I can't actually remember what it's called, but it's dead opposite the Premier Inn, and I've got to say it's fantastic. It's as good as any Premier Inn. The only thing is they don't do food, so we've been over to the Premier Inn this morning for breakfast. I'd probably say we're just about halfway-ish, but the hardest part to come. We've both had a bit of a wobble this morning, feeling a bit, are we going to be able to do this? Are we going to finish? Are we going to manage? We've both decided we're going for it. We have decided we're cutting today into 2. Most people go up to Corrour Bothy. I'm really feeling it in my legs and my hips at the moment with the weight of the bag. We're losing weight. I've lost a lot of bloody leg strength. So I'm struggling a little bit. It's the first time Tony's done a multi-day hike, and I think he's finding the pack heavy and hard. So I think we're going to try and get up close to the boulder field, and this is the hopefully bit. Hopefully find somewhere to camp. Watching the other videos, it don't look like it's going to be the easiest thing to do, but hopefully find somewhere to camp and perhaps do it in a couple of days, so 6-7 mile a day to the Bothy, and then finish as normal. So giving us a day longer. The walk so far has been fantastic. The only thing I would say, it's a heck of a lot of track walking, so it's quite hard on the feet. But the views are fantastic. Unfortunately for us, the best day going over the tops was his worst day for weather. We had no views, but you could tell even with the mist it would have been fantastic in good weather. And I think it lifted the spirits a little bit more. We've got rain forecast today, then it's dry, then a bit of rain, then it's dry, and then a bit of rain. So it's not perfect, but it could have been a lot worse. So the weather's not putting us off. We're just buggered. But we're going to go for it. We're going to grit his teeth. We're well aware that once we get out there, you've not got a lot of choice really but to finish and go for it. So I'm looking forward to getting to Blair Atholl, but I'm also looking forward to seeing the Cairngorms in its full beauty. Hopefully get some dry spots, some sunshine for some good video, good drone footage. It'll all be worthwhile then, because I want some memories, want some good memories of it. I do these videos so I can look back at them later, so my family can watch them. Yes, we all get a little bit obsessed with the views and the likes, and it's great if other people are watching them and like them, but my main goal is it's memories. I've already watched back on some of his earlier stuff and I think OMG, but it's great, makes you smile, and you learn from it, so that's why we do them. I also like to think if other people are thinking of doing this trail, they can learn from it. It is hard. Don't be under any illusion that it's easy. It all depends on fitness, but it's. I'm not unfit at all. I'm not super fit either, but it's not as easy as it can appear sometimes on videos. I think when you've got some of these more seasoned walkers, they can make it look too easy sometimes. But it's doable. It's absolutely doable. You will have moments, as we've had, where you doubt yourself, or I had a bad day yesterday. I struggled yesterday coming into Aviemore yesterday. I thought I could have given up. I could have quite easily thrown the towel in. One thing I have learnt, and it's a little tip I'll give people from me, is don't make any decisions till you've had a shower, a bath and a good night's sleep, because you nearly always feel different the following day, as I do today, as in I don't hurt as much, still as knackered, but I feel a little bit more positive about giving it a go. Still got big doubts, but we're doing it. But walking through Aviemore, I thought my legs were going to drop off. I thought my feet were going to drop off. Unfortunately, when I went to save the sheep the other day, I just, because I didn't think we'd a lot of time on his hands, I waded it through the river knee deep in my boots, socks, trousers. I got soaked and it's knocked my insoles up. So I've done 2 days walking with no insoles in my boots. And boy do I know it now. Luckily in Aviemore, I managed to buy some insoles. So hopefully it's going to help. And hopefully I've not done too much damage to my feet walking without them, because they are sore. I'm taped up. Couple of little blisters. But I think we'll be all right. But I do think it's going to help. Having an insole in, I don't think you realise how much they help until you've not got them. So yeah, looking forward to it, apprehensive. I know I'm going to find some dark moments on this next 3-4 days, and I'm going to be in a bad place at times. I also know there's going to be some amazing times, and I think that's what you've got to tell yourself. With some of these seasoned walkers out there, I'd like to know if you ever come across doubts like this, and do you have bad days? Do you struggle some days? It made me feel better if I thought you did. I love watching Kerry's videos, as you know, and it's that one what's inspired me to do this. Ellie Ikes, love watching hers, and bless her, the girl never stops smiling, ever. It can be belting it down, she smiles, she can go in up a hill, she smiles, and you sort of, it's hard to believe she's struggling. So Hayes never looks to be struggling. There's a lot of you out there never really look to struggle. I'd love to know if it's good editing or you're just super bionic fit like Steve Emberton, or whether it's just, you know, people don't share that side of it. I've had a couple of mental wobbles. The physical wobbles down to my feet, so I'm not overly concerned about that, in the fact that we're human. Your feet hurt, it puts you off. I'll be fine. So yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think, and if you'll go through it in comments, love to hear from you. And I'm going to shut up now, and we're going to get our bags packed. It's a late start because we're only doing 5 or 6 miles, and we're going to work our way up towards the boulder field. So on that note, catch up with you soon. Right folks, we've left the hotel finally. It was a late start, but as I said, we are doing a short day today. I'm going to cross over and show you. Cross over, Tony. Get your views. So we stayed at the Park Lodge Hotel last night. It's a caravan park, it's got lodges, there's a bit of a motel on it. The room, absolutely fantastic. So if anybody's struggling for somewhere to stay at Aviemore, do recommend it. Clean, tidy. The only thing was it didn't do breakfasts, but Premier Inn were just across the road. So we've left Aviemore, we're on our way to the Cairngorms. Little bit of nervousness and worry, but I'm actually looking forward to it, and I feel better than I thought we were gonna. So, onwards and upwards. Thanks, wagging. Onwards and upwards. We'll say that again. So we've just walked out of Aviemore. I reckon we've done 1.7 miles. I don't reckon we have out of Aviemore, and I'm going through a lovely section now, just turning into these glorious woods. And it is lovely, but you don't see this every day. Fair play to Scotland. A dog off-lead area in the forests, all fenced off. I think that's absolutely fabulous idea. I couldn't put my dogs in there, likes the little shits, but it's a great idea. So yeah, we're loving it. Loosening up a bit now. We're putting the world to rights. We're going to enjoy it. So we're going to go through forest, hopefully find somewhere nice to fly drones again, and we'll get back to you in a bit. So walking through these woods still, absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, we're not having much luck with red squirrels. I think somebody's taking them away. I don't know if they hibernate. Neither of us know actually, we're both looking at each other going out there. But surely not this early in the year. But we've had no luck at all. We've seen birds of prey, we've seen deer, seen frogs and toads, lots of beetles, but sheep and cows, but no squirrels. So that's the only thing we're hoping to see before I end at walk. We shall keep trying. But these woods are absolutely beautiful, and autumn colours just starting to kick in. Beautiful. Loving it. So I know everybody films this, so I'm following the masses. The first sign for where we're going, and it's the bottom name, and I'm going to guess it's Larrigue. That's the pass we're heading for. I'm enjoying this walk so far. We're getting some good miles under us belt. As I said, we're cheating a little bit. We're breaking it into 2 days up to Corrour Bothy, rightly or wrongly. We're just feeling the weight of the bags has got to us a little bit. Do I think we could get to Corrour Bothy? I do, but I think we'd hate it. So we're trying to make it an enjoyable walk. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be blunt, guys. It's our walk, so we're going to do what we want. But yeah, loving it. Feeling good this morning. Feeling good that we're not going too far. But I do know from watching other videos, we've got some big hills coming. So let's just enjoy it. And we're still looking for squirrels. So catch up in a bit. Loving life!
Hey.
Absolutely loving life.
Try to get a slow rotate and see what I can see on that.
Stunning, isn't it?
Morning campers.
Feeling good. So again, everybody films this bit, but it's stunning. We've decided we're having 10-15 minutes here with his bags off. We're having a bit of a rest. Tony's having a cig. So yeah, I'm going to just show you what we're looking at. What a lovely morning so far. We were feeling a bit under weather this morning and negative. And you know what? We're feeling top of the world now. It's fabulous. Look at this. When people ask me why, it's just good for the soul, good for the mind. It's just beautiful. In fact, I'm going to shut up and you can just enjoy the scenery. And we're off. So we're just moving on because his break got overrun with the kids. And it's lovely to see them all out having a good time and not being on Xboxes. But luckily we'd had a good break before they came and we've just decided to move on. I got talking to a lovely couple from near Halifax and had a good catch up with them, and it's time to get walking, so onwards we go. Starting to feel a little bit excited. This is where we're going. Wow, just wow. So for 2 days walked without insoles, I think I might have already said, and it's bloody killed my feet. And I managed to pick some up yesterday in Aviemore, and today's just a different ball game altogether. My feet are a little bit sore from what I've already walked on, but the difference today is phenomenal. And then I see that and I think, get in. I'm going to sound really stupid here, but there's white stuff on the side of them hills. I'm hoping to goodness it's some sort of rock and not snow at this time of year, surely. But we'll see. Let's get out there and get into the wilderness. So I've overcome my blonde moment. It definitely ain't going to be snow in this heat. I think it's just the colour of rocks. But this is stunning. And I think very shortly we're going to stop again and get the drones up, aren't we, Tony? Because it does look immense. So working his way up, climbing away, and we're now starting to look for wild camping spots. You probably can't hear me footwind, but wow. How beautiful is this? Wow. So we're pushing on a bit, heading towards the bold field. We've passed a few spots we could have camped and said, oh, there'll be some more. And now we're starting to worry a little bit. Gosh, we should have probably stopped where we found one. But we're cracking on. We're going to get over this ridge up here and hope to God, I really hope we find somewhere to put a tent up, because if not, we've got a long walk back or we're doing boulder field, and I don't think we've enough time left in there for it. Let's see what happens. Now, it's the Valley of Gwanja. So we've had no luck finding a wild camp, so we're cracking on. The wind blowing through your hair. So while there's a bit less wind, we're knackered. We were going to do a wild camp halfway and we found nowhere. So we're heading for the Bothy, but we are running out of light. We've got plenty of torches with us, so we can make it. But it's been a long, hard day, but what a bloody amazing place it is. We're doing awesome. So, catch you in a bit. So we're getting nearer to the Bothy now, hopefully just before light drops. We keep hallucinating and thinking we've seen it, but what with rock sheep and Bothies, we're just losing plot. But we're getting there. Long, hard day, but wonderful. Really enjoyed it. Get back to you when we get to Bothy.
So, day 5 was meant to be a short one, but the Highlands had another idea. 21 brutal kilometres, endless rocks and wind fierce enough to send the tents flying. The hobbits fought back, weighing them down with stones just to make it through the night. Exhausted, battered, but still laughing, that's the spirit that carries them towards day 6.
So this is where we slept last night. I'm moving to be quiet because people are still asleep. We had an horrendous night. Tents got blown down. Really gale force winds. So I think I've had about an hour most. So we're packing up early, working his way down the mountain to get lower down. Hopefully pitch up a bit earlier today, catch up on some sleep. Catch up with you soon. So we've left the Bothy. What an horrendous night that was. Scariest night I've ever had. Gale force winds, tents getting ripped up, people leaving it middle at night because their tents were getting ripped. Just petrifying. So we're up at 6 this morning and we're knackered. We've hardly slept, not eaten, not even had a coffee yet. But we're just going to plod on and try and get a few thousand feet off this bloody mountain and out this pass and find somewhere where we can make a brew. So beautiful with sun hitting it. Not only do we have a bad night, the smallest little hobbit of them all took us frigging wrong way. So we've had to backpedal a mile. But anyway, we're off again now. So much for an early start. By the time we brought back in, not that we had a bed to sleep in. But this is stunning to look at. I just want to get lower down now. Tired, need a coffee, need to clean my teeth. So let's get a bit further on. Tony's just smelt a Greg's sausage roll. So we're now looking for a Greg's. What's his chances up here? Bless. So the sun's come out and wind's just dropped for a second. This is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Oh, here we are, stood looking at you. How are you feeling, Tony?
Shocked.
Absolutely knackered. I think it's a contribution of no sleep, pushing it late yesterday because we weren't going to do full distance and we had to because of weather. Then the night fighting tents, both tents collapsed. So horrendous night. But obviously it's beautiful and sun keeps coming out and it's stunning. But we're knackered. We are literally walking on fresh air here. But I'll turn you around because this is just lovely. Could do with some energy right now. I could do with that Greg's Tony thought he smelled earlier, to be honest. Yeah, so quite nice underfoot, but very uneven. But not as bad as the boulder fields. Although we smashed through them, we did really well through there. We just need really, and I don't know if it's going to happen or not, when it's somewhere out at wind, in probably the next 4 to 5 miles, to throw tents up. A, they need to dry, and B, we're just buggered. and I don't want to finish till Saturday morning because we've got a room booked in Pitlochry before we get us train back. So all paid for by the beautiful Mrs. Baggins, so I don't want to not use it. But yeah, very sleepy, very tired, but loving the views. So we've landed at Red House Bothy. You've never seen two happier chappies. It's blowing a hoolie again, so we were a little bit worried about putting tents up again. So we've decided to cut it short. And we're going to stay here tonight. Look at this, we've got a fire, we've got wood, we've got coal, we've got two guitars. Not that I can play it, Tony can play a bit, he says. We've got lots of candles, and then through next door we've got amazing bunk beds, which is great. Bit of music playing, there is only us in, so it's fine. But yeah, there's plenty of bunk beds. We've got a little mouse up in skylight up there, look. I don't know if you can see him. So we've got Tony T here who says he's not going to have a nap this afternoon. Do we believe in children? No. And apparently we've got a 3-tiered shitter. Good do. We can go for multiple poos together. Not that I fancy that. So this is just fabulous. We've got water on tap. What more can you want when you're in Scotland? We'll just drain one tent out and then my tent will be next to go up. So yes, this is a cracking little bothy. Now I'm going to take you outside, but it may be blowing a hole in, you won't hear anything then. This is your view from the front door. That's perfect, it beat the ironers. But yeah, this is brilliant.
Day 6 draws to a peaceful close, a welcome calm after the chaos of the storm. Last night the wind roared and tents fought to stay grounded, but today the Highlands showed mercy. Just 6 miles to the next bothy, a short walk that felt like a gift. Warmth, still air and the sweet luxury of dry socks awaited at journey's end. Boots steaming by the fire, laughter replaces the wind and the spirits lifted once more. The hobbits rest easy tonight, the storm has passed but the adventure is far from over.